The big banana na na na. The big na 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 na. The big banana likes to teach the all children biology. Today we are going to learn about how oxygen got in the atmosphere. The oxygen got in the atmosphere from photosynthesis. We'll teach you more about it. Yeah! The banana guy. How oxygen formed the atmosphere and other things. Welcome back to Learning with the Banana. Today we are going to learn about many things about our atmosphere and how oxygen was formed. We are also going to learn how iron rusts and why it's heavier when it's rusty. Now, first things first, we are going to talk about how oxygen was formed. You see, plants have a thing called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis can produce sugar molecules and oxygen. How? Well, when sunlight hits the plant, it converts it into chemical energy. Chemical energy helps fuel their metabolism, which then allows them to turn carbon dioxide into oxygen. Crazy, right? Yep. Anyways, carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight are the three main things that can make plants make oxygen. Now, oxygen helps us breathe too. That's what a banana needs. Anyways, that is why we have oxygen in our atmosphere, which helps us live. Yep, that's why I'm here too. Banana, you know. Anyways, moving on. Did you know that 4.4 billion years ago, there was absolutely no oxygen? Can you believe that? No. Well, it's true. You see, when Earth was formed, it was a big giant old rock. No water. Now, the question is, how did water form on Earth? You see, scientists discovered that today that there is there is water in the rocks. This banana needs to go back to his biology class. Well, I don't know what they're gonna do to me, that's why I'm here. You know, trying to hide away from my biology teacher. They might eat me, you know. Anyways, moving on. Now, water is inside of rocks. Now, they said that there is enough rocks. Actually, why don't we get the help of somebody else who can explain better than this worthless banana? Let's see, who should we call? What about King Kai? He sure knows a lot about water and how he formed on Earth. You guys ready to call him? And 1, 2, 3, King Kai! I guess he didn't hear us. You guys want to do it again? Alright. Ready? 3, 2, 1. King Kai! Whoa! He's here! King Kai, do you know how water formed in the atmosphere? Yes, of course I do, Banana. You see, there were water in the rocks. How do I know? Because scientists discovered it a long time ago. I know it was a long time ago, but they still discovered it, didn't they? Now you see, when water gets really hot, really super hot, that water comes out of the rock and, of course, now it's on land. Now you see, water has three things that makes it, water. Well, you see, the first one is evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Now, what are those exactly? Well, I'm pretty sure Banana knows that. Of course I know that, King Kai. Now you see, evaporation is when the sun heats up the water. When it heats up the water, it makes the water molecules moves very fast. They move so fast, they start to evaporate, like disappearing out of thin air. Can you imagine your water evaporating out of thin air? It's crazy how the heat can do that. Now, we are going to talk about condensation. Now, you see, condensation is a process where water vapor becomes liquid. It is the exact opposite of evaporation, where water liquid turns into water vapor. But condensation turns water vapor into liquid water. Yeah, very fun. Anyways, condensation happens in one of two ways. Either the air is cooled down to its dew point, or it becomes so saturated with water vapor that it cannot hold any more water. Now, precipitation is what holds the water with clouds. Everybody know what clouds are, right? Yeah. Now you see, precipitation is when water merges with one another in the clouds. So like this, little tiny water droplet right here, and then another little tiny water drop right here. They merge together to become a bigger one. Yeah, that's basically precipitation. And then when they merge together, it becomes so heavy, it falls like rain. Everybody should know what rain is, right? Yep. Okay, that's good. Now moving on. Did you know that volcanoes have waters in them? Well, they do, but not in the way you think. You see, the magma under the volcano starts to rise to the surface and the pressure reduces. Then the crystals that the volcanoes have start to form and the water gets released and shed as water vapor. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it's not. But the question is, was there enough water vapor and volcanoes to create our oceans? Well, the answer is yes. How do we know? Well, let's see. Volcanoes have about 50 teragrams of water vapor, which is about 50 million tons. Wow, that is a lot. You see, when Earth was cooling down, volcanoes actually help cool down the Earth because of its water vapor. That water vapor then condenses into water liquid because there was so much water vapor that it couldn't hold anymore. Where did we learn about this? In the volcanic outgassing reading. Now that's a lot of information. Can you guess what we're going to talk about next? Yes, that's right. We are going to learn about how iron rusts and why it's heavier when it's rusty. Yay, so fun. You see, when metal like iron goes into water, it reacts with it. Metal can react with oxygen and water. Now, since water has oxygen atoms in them, it helps rust the iron. This is a thing called oxidation. Oxidation is when an object chemically reacts with oxygen. Sounds dangerous, but it's really not. Now, it's heavier when it rusts because it has oxygen. Well, the rust has oxygen. When we think of oxygen, we think of air, and air has no mass, right? That's crazy if air has mass. Well, air does have no mass. It's the iron oxide. Iron oxide is an additional layer of oxygen molecule, and it increases its overall mass. Crazy. We never thought air could have mass, but I guess this does? Man, I'm really confused too. Anyways, skipping that part. How do we know this? Well, if you were here on our past few episodes, you should know that we watched a video called Steel Wool video, where they put steel wool and boiled tap water, then they placed it in a tube. They put the tube on top of another tube filled with meniscus. We saw how the steel wood rusted and the rust got on the bottom of the tube with the meniscus. Oh wow! Look at the time. I'm gonna be late for my meeting at Banana headquarters. Well, kids, it was nice teaching you, but this banana gotta go. See you all next time. Let's go over some topics Banana Man didn't get to explain. There are 4 spheres that Earth has. Geosphere, the bone of the Earth. Biosphere, the living things on Earth. Atmosphere, the air we breathe in. Hydrosphere, the water Earth has. Last one, the boring billion. The boring billion was 1.0.8 billion years ago. Little evidence showed that there were no changes in the oxygen level. It was because there were oxidation and oxygen forming at the same time. That is all for now. How the steel. Are you serious? Get out of my room. What do you need? No, go away. I'm busy. Why are you breaking into my room like that? You know I'm recording.